What's going on, everybody? Happy Monday. I'm glad to see you guys. When I tell you guys that I'm excited for tonight's show, me and this guy that are going to be on the show, a lot of you, most of you in here probably seen him before, but me and J Cruz, Mr. Healthy Bearded, we talk content creation constantly. We'll talk about kind of how we met, how J Cruz got involved in content creation and all that, but just a good dude, a good outlook on content creation, a lot that should be able to be learned from this tonight. So I'm excited about this. I appreciate everybody being here. Hope you had a great Monday. So far we had Samantha. Good to see you. Ellie, Mrs. Coach. We have Ash. We got Kyle. What's up? Tom C. Bearded, first time. Thank you, sir. I appreciate you being here. We got Jason Klein. Sammy's in the house. What's up, Sammy? Good to see you, man. Diablo. What's going on, man? We got Walt, Gentleman Prime. If I can click right, there we go. Corey from Weatherbeard. What's going on, Corey? Good to see you, man. Dan B. Good to see you. Respectfully. I'll bring Cruz on in a second. We'll bring this comment back up. He'll like that. What's going on, man? Hey, Ash, I appreciate that. I appreciate it. Thank you. And Bruce City, what is up? Good to see you, sir. So, hey, thanks for being here. So, again, the creator that we're going to talk to tonight, Healthy Bearded, he has a beard channel. He's got some great plans that we're going to talk about for that channel plus more. We'll see what he wants to dive into, but thank you guys once again. Let's bring him in. J Cruz.
What's up, bud?
What's going on, brother? How are you?
Nothing much. How you doing? I'm good. I'm
good, man.
Yeah, man.
So how was your Monday, man?
It was good. A lot of domestic stuff like cleaning and all that stuff like that. So real chill today. It was my day off from work, so.
There you go. I'm glad it worked out that way because otherwise you're typically working still when I go live, so.
Yeah, it would have been, yeah. Thank God it worked out that I was off today, so.
Worked out well, yeah. So, J Cruz, Mr. Healthy Bearded, why don't you tell everybody about you, about your channel, about before your channel, how you got into content creation, all that good stuff.
All right, cool. So, I'm J Cruz. I got a beard channel called Healthy Bearded. I got into content creation officially on YouTube December 7th of 2020. I got into the beard community around August, July of 2020. And I started off like part of me finding the community was me on my weight loss journey. I wanted to learn how to start taking care of my beard. I started finding different people on YouTube like Dan C. Bearded, BeardTooth Scuba, and I found the community. So I started like getting involved a little bit. I really started like checking out the community, right? Like what was there to offer, what was going on. I knew that I was going to be involved. I knew I wasn't going to just sit down and just chill. That's not really my personality. To just like lay low. So a long story short, I was like trying to analyze and trying to see what I was going to do, how I was going to do it. So I started doing like live unboxings. Like I knew I wasn't like I didn't feel comfortable yet to say, hey, this is why you should use this. This is why you should use that. I wasn't there. I was just like the rookie of the group. So I went ahead and did what I could do, which was my reactions. And people really liked my reactions when I did live unboxings. And I started doing like live videos, live streams on Instagram. Right. You remember those?
Absolutely, man. Absolutely.
Yeah. So I started doing them and putting my personality into them and stuff like that. And the numbers started to grow on Instagram. So it was like 20 people would watch the Instagram video, then 30, then 40, then 50 people watching an Instagram live stream. It's like, okay. And, you and I got connected. At one point, long story short, we're here now. I got 10 months into YouTube, and it's been a fun journey, man. It's been a fun journey. I'm having a lot of fun, really a lot of fun in learning content creation, how to get better, and all this gadget stuff, which I think you're like one of my references when it comes to that, because tech stuff is not really my forte, but I'm getting comfortable and growing it and putting that stuff together.
Hey, don't sell yourself short, man. You are the one that sold me on the Rodecaster Pro, so.
Oh, that's right. That is right. I got you.
that was.
You love it, right? Isn't it such an awesome product?
It is my favorite piece of equipment in my studio, 100%.
Bro,
And if
that.
you remember, I was going back and forth on should I get
Yep.
this, should I get something else, and
Yep.
I, like we all do, I watched a bunch of YouTube videos. You kind of walked me through yours a little bit. Yeah, I'm glad I went with
Yep.
this.
Yeah. No, I love it. I mean, this piece of equipment definitely helped elevate my live streams to a whole nother level, and that's kind of like the vision I had with the show that I have on Tuesdays. So
Yeah, so let's go back and talk about your early days, because the way that we got connected was, first of all, you were, I don't remember how long, but for at least several weeks, maybe a month or so, you were
yeah,
coming into my live streams, into the chat. You were there, and I remember you asked a bunch of questions,
yes, I
and they
did.
were
Yep.
and they were good questions. You were engaging in the chat. There was a lot of stuff that you wanted to know and learn about. And then you started going live on Instagram, and if I remember right, correct me if I'm wrong, but from the very start, you called your show the CMU, right?
Yeah, 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 yeah. I gave it that name. So going back to that, I'm not too proud enough not to ask questions because I don't know what's going on and I want to learn, right? I've always kind of been like that, like, hey, can you teach me this? Hey, can you tell me about this? While I was in school, college, graduate school, even with some mentors, I'd be like, okay, can you like sit down? Can you explain this to me? I want to know this, and that. So when I came here, a lot of you guys were already established in what you were doing, right? Like you look at my brother, like Dan C. Bearded, a mutual friend of ours. You see other persons like you had your own stream, Kyle and Joe, the cousins. So there were people that were doing stuff, and I wanted to get involved. So I was like, I'm gonna ask questions. I'm gonna figure out what's going on. How can I play a role in what's going on, right? How can
Right.
I, so that was part of my plan, like let me get to know these people, let me ask questions, let me see what's going on and how I can get involved as well. And then that's when I came in, and everyone had their own like name for their show, right? For their streams, and like this is that, this and that. I was like, man, what should I name mine? Like I wanted to be a show, and I was very intentional about creating a show, right? Adding some production value with like segments and how to build anticipation and all that stuff. So I said, you know what? I want to make it engaging. I'm in the community. Let's call it the community meetup. And
Right.
that's where literally the whole community of its owners, content creators, brothers in the community, sisters in the community, because even now I get anywhere from like 10 women that attend the CMU weekly. So that's real big for me. That's saying something about the show. So I've been having fun ever since, man. And like I really have a lot of fun. Like they will tell you, and where I started my first show on YouTube is definitely not where I'm at today. Because remember when people would bust my chops about the show, they'd be like, "Oh, you look like you're in a jail cell."
So you kind of just started off the same way that I did. We'll come back and talk about that. So as
Yeah.
Mrs. Coach says, if you guys don't mind, hit that thumbs up. If you like this stream, if you don't, that's fine too. Um, the thumbs up helps YouTube get this out. Share screenshots, invite people, let people know we're live here. I appreciate all of you guys that are here. We're gonna have a
Yeah.
great conversation here. So going back to your Instagram, when you did, I don't remember, maybe a month or so on Instagram, and I remember seeing a couple of your IG live streams. And if you
Yeah.
remember, I reached out to you and I said, dude, why are you not on YouTube?
Yeah.
Why in the
Yeah.
world do you not have a YouTube channel? And I remember the
Mhm.
thing you said to me. You said, don't worry, I've got a strategy, I've got a plan,
Mhm. Yep.
right?
Yep.
So, and you were, like I said, you were just made for YouTube, man.
Yeah.
And we did. Now, you started off just like I did, and I think we all do something similar, right? If I remember, you had a sheet kind of hanging on the back wall,
Uh-huh.
um, a gray sheet. I did the same thing when I first started. Outside the room
Uh-huh.
where I'm at, I had a sheet on the wall.
Yeah, yeah.
We start with what
Oh
we
yeah, it
have,
was
right?
bad. It was bad. It was bad in the beginning. Yeah, it was bad. It was rough, but we made it work though. Hey, Andy, what's up, brother?
Yeah, what's up, Andy? And everybody else is coming. What's up, Dagan?
What's up, Mister Coffee? That's my
Uh,
bud right there, Dagan.
Sarah. So welcome in, Sarah. I appreciate you being here. Sarah, all the way from the Gold Coast. She's got a
Nice.
minimalist channel. Her and her family do
Ooh.
some minimalist type stuff.
Okay.
She says, Mrs. Coach, you're the best mod. I need to get some tips. She's the best mod, the best supporter,
Yeah.
100%. So we
Yep.
got, who else popped in here? Oh, here's our brother Brandon. What's up, Brandon?
Yo, Brandon, that's my guy right there. That's my bro.
Tyson's here. Good to see you, man.
What's up, Tyson?
Samantha says, just don't hit the thumbs down. Hey, those are okay too. It's all engagement. It's all good.
Part
Yeah,
of the game.
we're good with it. We're good with it. Okay. So
What's
going
up?
back to our initial conversation when you were on
Mm-hmm.
IG and I said, hey, why are you not on YouTube? You said, I got a plan.
Yeah.
And we, there's some other conversation we had. And then you remember the live stream we did when you came onto my channel
Yeah.
and we
Yeah.
didn't tell anybody who was coming on. We
Nope.
had all kinds of guests. As a matter of fact, Andy, he swore that I was bringing on Jay-Z. Or no, Dr. Dre. Dr. Dre. He thought I was
Dr.
bringing Dr.
Dre.
Dre on.
Sorry to let you down, Andy.
Yeah. So,
Oh man.
yeah. So how was your first? So going back to that stream,
Yeah.
making that jump from Instagram to YouTube, which was part of your plan, but how did that go for you?
Um I it's interesting because I already knew like there was some type of support, there was support there. I think my biggest like fear in a way was just getting like stepping out of my comfort zone to learn certain things like what I know now, like setup and tech and being able to use that and doing overlays and all that. That's not something that I've never really gotten into. So being here, going to YouTube, it was like, okay, this is what I'm gonna do. And my first introduction video was like the worst, which is funny because it's the most viewed on my channel. Um, because I remember staying, I literally stayed up that night trying to record an intro video. I went hours and hours and hours trying to record like a 5 minute intro video. And here's the thing, at one point I said, stop it. I literally had to tell myself to stop it. Stop trying to be perfect. Stop looking for perfection. Just go ahead and do it. And that's what I did. And it was like 3 or 4 minutes. It was literally like real quick. And I just put it out there. And I think that's what's helped me a little bit is to just not be fearful of it. Like just put your content out there, right? Because one of my problems is I'll overthink. You know that I overthink, right? I'll call you, I'll talk to Dan, and I'll be like, I'm overthinking, ain't I? And they're like, yeah.
Well,
So
if we can go back to that intro video, because when you were filming that, I think you called me like 3 times.
I was sweating, man. It was like really like I'm like, yo, because I think what I was looking for it to be killer, like stunt, like I wanted it to be like the most best. And while there's a side of me that's competitive by nature, I can't fall into that ideology of perfectionism because that's going to stunt my growth as well. So I
Right.
was like, you know what, bump it, yo, and I just put it out there, and it went out there. And December 7th, we did the I was on your live stream, and that was cool because in a matter of what 24 hours I got 200 subscribers, like 100 during the stream. And then the next day I reached out to the people that knew me on my personal accounts or family and friends, and I reached out, and then it was crazy. It was crazy in the beginning, and that brought uh its own issues
Yep.
with feeling nervous and stuff like that about oh, here we are, and how to move forward and stuff like that. But
Yeah, and there were how do I say this? So the subscriber count that happened that night, that was by no means part of the plan.
no,
You
it
know,
wasn't. It wasn't.
we
No.
we launched your channel on my channel, and then we talked
Yeah.
after that because I mean that was awesome that it happened, man. I was so happy for you. 200
Yeah.
subscribers
Yeah.
organically
Yeah.
in 24 hours. So, but like I told you after that, that's awesome that happened, but now you got to do the work. Now it's on
Oh
you.
yeah. Yeah.
And you did,
Yeah.
man. You did. You killed it.
Yeah, man. And yeah, it's 10 months now. 10 months since being on YouTube, and it's a lot of work, man. It's not that easy. Like you and I and a couple of other brothers, like we'll be up till 3, 4 in the morning. Sometimes I'll hit Dan up on Instagram like at 2 in the morning, and he's working.
Yep.
Or I'll look at your thing and you're working at 4 in the morning, and we're all like working on thumbnails, working on videos, working on all, and it's like, bro, this is the life. Like this is this is part of what we do. This is what we do. So
It
yeah.
is, man, the work that goes into it. And hey, in the chat, guys, in the chat, if you have any questions at all, content creation related, J Cruz related, anything at all, make sure you throw them down there. If you don't mind, put a I can't talk, a Q colon before your question. That way I can sort and find questions. But if
Yeah,
you have any questions, make sure you throw them out there. I want you guys to be part of the stream. So, and
for sure.
hey, Coffee Talking Tech, newest Mr. 1K, congrats, man.
Oh, he
He
hit 1K
he went live on I think
Friday.
John was it Saturday night. He just did a Let's Hang Out live stream
I
and hit
was in there. I
1K.
stopped in for a second.
Yeah, I
Oh,
was in there
good
in the
for
beginning.
him.
Yeah,
Oh, I know he happy because that 1K. Listen, regardless of what any content creator want to tell you, that's lit when you hit that. You feel a sense of pride, because it's hard work that pays off. You know what I'm saying?
it's definitely a huge milestone.
Yeah,
I've hit it. It's awesome to hit, and it's true that it's not the necessarily the monetary part of that that's cool because it's not like it's that much. It's just
yeah,
cool hitting that milestone. Becoming just part of that group.
for sure, man.
So yeah. So your intro video. Now you did. I don't remember the exact timeline. We did that live stream on that Monday, right? If I
Yeah.
recall right, the very next day you did your first live stream on your channel, right?
Yep.
Yep.
Yep. And that was with the owner of Detroit Grooming, Mike. Yeah, that was the next day. That was the next day we did the first CMU live stream, the CMU live show on YouTube. And yeah, it was that day was interesting because remember the beginning of the show?
Yeah.
The beginning of the show, everything's going good. I got everything intact, intros, all that, right? I hit and he and Ken is the one that helped me behind the scenes with like tech stuff. Like he really knows his tech, right? So he teaches me what I need to know. I go on YouTube, I hit live, and I start getting echoes and all this. And I'm like, I'm freaking out. I'm freaking out. And Ken's not on screen with me, so he can't help me or guide me through. So I'm freaking out. I'm like literally almost about to freak out. And then I'm like, no. And I figured it out. And luckily, the rest of the night was amazing. It was a really cool day that day. Besides that.
Yeah. I was texting you when that was going on, but you weren't
Yeah.
looking at obviously you weren't looking at IG. But
Yeah.
yeah. And that happens to all of us. I don't know if you saw my video that I posted today about, my tips for live streaming. And I actually put a segment in that video of some issues that I had on a live stream once. There's a reason why I say live happens live. Once you go live, you're live. Anything that happens is going to happen. You just have to breathe and fix it and move on, right? I've had a few things, man. My first live stream, which was with Corey from Weatherbeard, I've talked about this before, how obviously we all know as streamers that when you go live, there's a lag between your streaming, whatever platform you're using, and YouTube. And I was looking at YouTube. I had YouTube up on a screen over here. I was looking at YouTube and just sitting here like this in a blank stare. And Corey knew we were live, and he's like, he's just sitting back. He's like, yeah, I think we're live.
Yeah.
And we just kind of sit here for a second. And he's like, yeah, so we'll have to check on that. So and he started saying hey to everybody. I'm like, oh crap, we're live.
Bro, and you should have seen your face because you were like lost. You were like, and it's like, all right, let's get it together. And you were able to finish it, man. So that's good.
I'll have to share that video.
Yeah.
I've shared it before, but I'll share it again. Yeah.
Yeah.
So, all right. So then the live with Mike happened, which was an outstanding live stream.
Yeah.
I mean, your show, and then Mike himself is just a great guest to have
Oh
on and
yeah, no,
talk.
he's great. Yeah, for sure.
Right. So since then, from then to now, you said your earlier videos, which we all go through this, we all feel this way. Our earlier videos, we think they're garbage and all that. So how do you feel about your progression from then till now?
Oh no, man, I'm excited for it. Anytime I see a sense of growth, here's my problem. I get too excited. That's like that whole hype thing, like me getting hyped. That's not a facade. I do get excited too much, and sometimes that genuine like feeling, I translate that through the screen, and it goes to other people in the audience. But I get excited when I'm able to grow because it shows like and I'm excited about that. Like I'm noticing the growth. Like I was telling you, I said, man, my thumbnails used to be so trash. Remember? Like I go back. If you go back on my page, you will see the first thumbnails, and they're bad. Like they're bad. But like one I just did this weekend, right? I thought it was a really good thumbnail, and part of me, like being a content creator, was like, how can I be creative with this shot? So it's always challenging yourself to like step out of your comfort zone and doing something, even if it makes you look a little silly. That's okay. You know what I'm saying? Like, but
Right.
don't be afraid to grow because that's like where the real joy is at for me. Growing, like it's almost like a sense of an adrenaline rush for me. Like when I'm growing, when I'm like accomplishing things, when I'm challenging myself, that really is like part of the process for a content creator. And it's almost like the reward at the same time, you know?
Yeah, and all those things that happen, they help with growth. I mean, you have to have some level of failure to grow, right?
Yeah.
So everything that happens like that is, it's all part of all of it. And one thing that I've kind of learned is that I think people enjoy seeing the real creator behind the camera, right? No,
Yeah.
none of us are perfect, and people know that. They like to see the imperfections sometimes. So I'm supposed to ask you. So Bearded Land Shark wants to know if you're in training.
Oh no, I haven't gone back. I'm going back in November. He's talking about my personal trainer. I haven't gone back to my personal trainer. No,
Oh, okay, cool.
no.
Let's see if we have any. So Billy
And
Rogers
and
says,
people will see it. I mean, I mess up words. I can't even pronounce sometimes people's names. Like that's not a facade. Like I really can't. And then if I'm overly excited, it's like I'll sometimes skip comments by mistake, and it's like, oh man. But it's part of the show, I guess, in a way.
so Billy Rogers says he was excited for the show, got here late, and J Cruz is the guest. Can I get a refund? Man, I
Oh
don't
yeah,
charge
I
for
got
admission, so
that guy's always busting my chops. What's up, Billy?
yeah. And John says it too. People love when you're real. Absolutely.
Yeah. Oh yeah, yeah, yeah. And people could tell that. People can tell that on screen.
Yeah. Corey doesn't know what that means. He's never failed at one time in building his company.
Yeah.
Hey, what's up,
Oh
Kyle and
look,
Joe?
I was talking about Colin Joe in the beginning, right? Because they were one of
Yeah.
the people that I saw in the beginning of my content creation as well,
Yeah.
with their show and their content. Yeah.
Ask Cruz to say Floridian.
How do you say it?
Floridian.
Floridian. I can't say it. Stop, bro. I can't. That's why he sent me a DM. He's like, bro, just call me Joshua. Just go by Joshua. So now I say Joshua.
There you go. That's
I
easier.
don't know why.
So, so there's been a lot of cool things that have happened since. I mean, just even outside of content creation, you and I have become really good friends. I mean,
Oh, that's a fact.
you're one of my main brothers. I mean, we talk pretty much every day.
Every day. Yeah. Almost every day.
A lot of times about content creation strategy. A lot of times just
Mhm.
shooting the breeze, hanging out. And for those of you that don't know, me and J Cruz have actually met. Back in May,
Yeah.
I went up to Jersey and we hung out. I mean, J Cruz is the person that you guys see on screen, on his stream, on his videos. He is that person. Like
That's a
there's
fact.
no there's no faking on that side of the screen. That is who J Cruz is.
I don't know if
So
that's a good thing, Ken.
yeah, it was a good time.
It was. And then when we met, it was just like it didn't it felt weird for like first 15 seconds. And then after that, it was like we were always best friends, in a way. So
I like how so Mel always says my favorite cousins, and then they always say our favorite coach. Like they think that bothers me. I'm not sure. She's my favorite coach too.
Mel, if Chico sees that comment, he might have a problem with that.
Yeah,
What's up,
J
Tom?
Cruz and Chico are supposed to be your
Yeah,
favorite cousins.
yeah.
So so tell us a little bit about the idea for your channel. Everybody knows,
Yeah,
Healthy Beard is the name. You got a beard, so
yeah.
obviously the bearded part of that I think is most people know that. But what's the complete brand of Healthy Bearded?
Yeah. So I here's my thing, right? I think what I like about me is that I like to plan. I like to plan. I'm always planning months in advance. I got dates already scheduled for next year. And it's helped me so far. So I wanted to be intentional about my growth and what I do. So like even with the CMU, like that's growing, right? Now I'm getting like 70 to 80 people weekly, sometimes more than that to come out on a Tuesday night and hang out for a show, right? Moving forward, I want that show to develop and continue to grow. In a couple of months, I'll be jumping into podcasting and even setting up a new YouTube channel that's strictly just about the weight loss journey, right?
Right.
Because I think it'd be a great opportunity to connect and work with companies in that specific market. Um, but as far as like the beard and grooming stuff, like continue what I'm doing there. Also, like I have an idea as it relates to vlogging. with the whole bearding thing. Like I vlogged when I went out to the Barber Expo with Beard Octane, right?
Right.
I blogged when I went to the national championships in Pennsylvania, the beard and mustache championship, and that was sponsored by Honest Amish. So there's going to be more things, but the podcast is something that I'm looking forward to because I think I've been like little by little like developing that skill set as an interviewer by doing interviews once a month on my show. And every time I've done an interview, for the most part, it's always been good because I've gotten good positive feedback from the audience. So
Yeah, yeah. The vlog. So I love the way that you vlog. Even some of your motivational videos.
yeah,
Even some of your motivational videos. You just got a style about doing them. You do a great job of incorporating the whole. I don't remember the theme of the specific one that you did, but you were walking down. I guess it was your street or something. It was dark
yeah.
outside. It kind of set that vibe, and you were talking something motivational.
Oh yeah. Because I mean, so I've been going back and forth about that, right? Because um, I always want to listen to what the audience is saying, right? What like your viewers give you an impression of how they value your content, right?
Right.
If they're watching it, then they think the content is good. So those motivational things, I think you're going to see them more on my weight loss channel. I think that's where you're going to see more of that. My whole idea behind the brand Healthy Bearded is to incorporate men to live a healthy lifestyle or inspire them to do that, and also practice self-care, which I've always said beard care is a form of self-care because bro, I love taking care of my beard. You don't understand. Like I love it. Well, you do understand.
I understand. Yeah.
You know what I mean? So when I find products that are amazing, that work for me, I want to share that with other people. You know what I'm saying? Because it's good. It's healthy. Maybe that should be a line. Is it healthy? So
Right.
hey, what's up, Casey? So that type of stuff is what I'm going to be doing moving forward. And so like one of the next segments that I'm going to have on my YouTube channel is like shopping with Healthy Bearded, where I'm going to go into Walmart, Target, and vlog and like look for beard products in these stores and kind of give you my impressions on should you try these products? What does glycerin mean? All these different type of things. So anyone that's interested, are you getting feedback?
A little bit. Not bad.
Okay. So anybody that's getting any type of products from there, they can check the channel out and see if, stuff like that.
Yeah. Yeah, I agree, Bill. His high energy. J Cruz has the charisma that I wish I had. Um, I, yeah, and energy's contagious. We both love doing this content creation just as much as the other one, but
Yeah.
the charisma that J Cruz has, I just don't have, and that's okay. We're each different types of creators. Um, I got to do something real quick, man. I have to.
What's
Let me
up?
go back. Let me go back to this comment. So Bearded Cheese said, Ryan says, two of the best creators in the business, two of my great friends. Same to you, man. I appreciate that.
Respect.
Even
Respect.
more, even more important though, is Veronica watching.
There you go.
I need to know if she's watching because we're gonna give her one of these.
Don't put the cap. Go back.
Not
Go.
that one. Wrong button.
Go, Pack, go!
Did you see the Aaron Rodgers touchdown yesterday and the fans were yelling at him and he was like, "It's okay, I
Yeah.
still own you."
Yeah. I seen that. Yeah.
That was great. All right, so there's a few comments. Let's see. What's Billy saying? Why didn't you live stream working for Beards on Bourbon Street?
Oh,
I,
he's being silly. He's talking
inside
about when
joke.
I
I
went
don't.
to Bourbon Street. Yeah.
Yeah. Oh, Kyle and Joe made a huge step. Picked up their Planet Fitness membership today, or Joe, I
There you
guess,
go.
picked up his. Nice, man.
I listen. I'm a fan. Like I'm a fan of Joe. Like I know. And I don't mean that. No offense to Kyle, but Joe has like a personality, and I enjoy watching them on their show. You know what I'm saying? And I've talked to Joe more a little bit more. Kyle, don't hate
Yeah.
me.
Yep. Yeah. J Cruz can throw a killer surprise birthday party live
Oh
stream.
yeah.
Dude, let's talk
Yeah.
about this.
Oh man, that was epic.
That was a weird couple of days.
Yeah, that was epic, man. That was epic. So like, Mel reached out to me. I think it was February. it might have been February. She's like, hey, Ken's birthday is going to be happening in July, and I know he wouldn't love it any other way than to celebrate it with his friends. Would you be okay with hosting it? And I said, sure. And I was like, and this is, look, I love this. I love this. Like, you don't understand. I love producing a show. I love it. It's like one of my, I get too overly excited with it. Like, I've done like shows where I produced it from start to finish, and when this gonna pop up, when who's gonna come here, what's gonna be said here, all that stuff, right? So when she reached out to me, she said that, I'm like, okay, cool. So she got a guest list together, and then I just produced the show, like who was going to come on here, what time we're going to do this. And listen, we got Ken so good. He had no idea what was going to happen. I told him that he was coming onto the show to help me co-host and co-interview a business owner, and one that we both know. And he thought, man, listen, I got him so good. Long story short, he came on that night. Whoo! He was shocked. He was shocked. Even the ending when we brought his family onto the screen, bro, it was like a legit like ABC family show. Like, it was really good. That night was amazing.
And the whole thing was awesome. So number one, the fact that so many of my best friends kept that secret for 5 months.
Yeah.
I had no clue. We were supposed to be interviewing what I thought was Detroit Grooming, right? So that day, I even wore Detroit Grooming oil that day. I had my Detroit Grooming hat. I was excited. And then, 20 minutes into the stream, J Cruz is like, hey, we're not interviewing anybody. And he throws his little graphics up there. He's like, it's your birthday, man. I'm like, holy cow.
Yeah.
It was awesome. So yeah.
Hey guys, if you're watching this live stream and you haven't subscribed, please subscribe. My brother is at 199. Let's get him to 200 tonight here, because I know that would mean something to him. All right, so let's get him there. If you got a Billy Rogers, if you have a burner account, please subscribe with that one, sir. Thank you.
No, all good. I love hitting these milestones again, man. It's fun.
It's fun, right? It's like, it's part of the growth, man. So if you haven't subscribed, please do. Oh, what's her name?
For sure.
Go back to that
Ash. Consistent Ash.
Mel, which is Ken's wife, she said this before. She said, you two on screen, for some people, for some reason, people love seeing a city guy and a brother who's a little country, you know what I'm saying? Like, they like seeing us on screen together. I don't know, the charisma between us two is like totally opposite. Like, I'm so used to like the city life and like, people yelling at 1 a.m, stuff like that, and Ken lives almost on a farm. That's the joke I say, but it works though. People like it. It's weird, but it works.
I live next to a farm. There are farms all around us.
Oh my God.
I think the worst mistake I ever made was showing you my post office, because in the little town, the post office, the bank.
I said his post office is the casino, the post office, the bank, the local food pantry. It's everything. Everything gets done in that little building.
I mean, you're not far off. Off.
Yeah, I know. That's what I'm saying.
Yeah. Hey, what's up, Russ? No worry, man. I appreciate you being here. Also, subscribe to these two on TikTok. Yeah, hey, if you're on TikTok, come follow over there. Sure. That's my fun side.
200, man. Congratulations, bro.
Hey, thank you all.
I even brought that over here. Let's go. Congratulations. Everyone say congrats to the brother hitting 200 tonight.
That's awesome. I love it, man. Thank you, guys.
There you go.
See, I got sounds too, bro.
There you go. I know you do.
Thank you all very much. I appreciate it.
Listen. This is what I love to do. I love to get Ken hyped, because he doesn't move from that stance emotionally. Like, he just stands. Look, he's smiling, but me, I'll be like, "Let's go! Come on! Get busy!" And that's me. But Ken will be like,
That's where I talk about the charisma difference, man. And there's a lot of we all become who we become through different reasons. I can be really, really happy and still be the same. I don't know. It's weird.
But you guys, if you haven't checked it out, check it out on my YouTube channel. You'll find it. I don't know if I put celebration. Look for that specific episode on Healthy Bearded. it's Ken's birthday, I'm telling you, you're in for a treat. That show was awesome, and he had a lot of his friends on screen with him too. It was an awesome time.
Yeah, I mean, it was on July 27th, and what's really funny is that you asked me, I don't know, a couple of weeks before that. You're like, hey, I know it's your birthday, but I'm gonna have Mike on. Would you want to come hang out? And I'm like, man, I don't know. I got to talk to Mel because I don't know, if she's got anything planned or whatever. I don't know if I can, be live
Yeah.
on that specific night. And I didn't know at the time that she already knew about this, so I forgot to ask her. And then you kept asking me like, hey, did you talk to her yet? I'm trying to get this planned. And yeah, so it was awesome.
Yeah. Yeah. Mel's great.
Hey, I have a question for Cruz. Who dat? Packers are 5-0 on the season. I mean, close.
Yeah.
Thanks, John. Oh, 201. Hey, thank you guys so much.
There you go. There you go. Be happy, brother.
Yeah, this is awesome, man. It's fun hitting these milestones. Somebody asked me a couple of days ago. They're like, "Man, do you feel like you're starting over? How is it?" Because I've been there. I've hit the 1K.
Yeah.
I've got
Yeah.
all the stuff going on, and then I move into this because this just became more of my passion. Somebody asked me, they're like, "Well, how does it feel to start over?" It's great. I love what I'm doing, and it's fun to hit milestones again. So it's awesome.
But that's why, like, even I encourage you, man. I'm like checking up on you, like, yo, you're good, like, because you gotta encourage each other. But it's cool to see you in this light. It's a little bit different. Not in the public eye, not necessarily back in the back scenes, because you've always done this.
Yeah.
Be that type of guy that people go to. So
Yeah, it's I love it. I got people making fun of me. Ash says I don't move much. Oh,
yeah,
yeah, John, I may do this, man. I may do one of these streams and just go live for 5 hours on a random Saturday and see what happens. 'Cause that's what.
there you go.
Yeah. Dagan's the same way, except Dagan, we don't see his mouth move.
Yeah, Dagan has the killer, and Dagan has a killer mustache and beard. What I like though, right, is how about part of you being like creative and intentional. Like last week, right, I had my first female guest as an interview, right,
Yeah.
and that was Liz from Detroit Grooming, and that's what, like you mentioned about what are the plans. So the plans for that platform, the CMU, is going to become a show, right, and it's developing into that show. And later down the line, you'll see more and more women come as guests when I can. And if it makes, like for a particular topic or something like that, because I see now that it's not like, yes, it's beard stuff, but we also talk about life. I share with you guys some of the things that's going on in my life. So it's really fun, man. It's really fun.
Casey says bring back Motivation Mondays. I am all for that.
Let's go.
That will be happening on my weight loss channel. I think that's a better place for it. Yeah, because I think it can hit a bigger demographic than just what we got going on in the bearded community.
Yeah. One more comment here, and then I want to get into content creation strategy, which you and I talk a lot. But Nicholas Z says, how do you feel about the collaboration with Detroit Grooming, which was your first, right? Your first collaboration?
Yeah. Oh, man, I was honored. I was yelling like a buffoon when I found out the news that I was going to be part of that project. And I think one of the first people that I called was Ken. I think you were the very first person that I called. That was going to be that I called about that I was going to be on that project. So
yeah, I mean, I know you called me pretty quick. I'm assuming I was the first, but I don't know.
Yeah. No, you were the first, and that's still one of my favorite scents. Like, I know I'm biased because it's mine, but I love it that much. You know what I mean?
Hey, I've said it publicly. Out of the 4 cents, that was my favorite one.
It's just respectfully, it's beautiful and sexy at the same time.
Yeah. And Chris says, "What's up? Came in late just in time for the bromance. Let me guess, this has been the whole show. Not really, but
Yeah, I'm supposed to be. I mean, I'm probably gonna go see Ken next year, if everything works out on my end. And yeah, that'll be fun because we might do a collaboration and do a show together, like face to face.
Yep, that'd be awesome.
So that's pretty cool.
And Tyson, it's Louisville, just to put that out there.
Oh yeah, and Tyson's been very supportive of both of us, right?
Yeah.
I had the opportunity to do a show for him in Louisiana. That was my first time taking the CMU to another state, and producing that type of show and putting the man hours and doing all that and setups and all that. That was a crazy experience. You know,
What's up, Dan? Good to see you, man.
speaking of brothers right there. Yep. Oh, that would be
Yeah.
hot. Yeah. And we got to do, hey, listen, can you imagine if we did one with all three of us together? Me, you, and Dan?
Oh, we've talked about before. I mean, at some
That'd
point
be
we're gonna go up to
crazy.
Michigan and hang out. Yeah.
Uh, my schedule will look a lot better coming up in a couple of weeks.
Yes,
So,
sir. All right, we're gonna come to that, but let's talk content creation strategy. Something you and I
yes, sir.
talk a lot.
Ooh, let's go, let's go, let's go.
Something. So I know how excited you get about this, and I do too. But
Dude.
this is your show tonight. So when I say content creation strategy, what's the first things that come to your mind?
The word intentional comes up. Intentional. I think plan, and I think intentional, plan, assessment. Those three things come up, right? Being intentional about a plan and reassessing, seeing what's working and what's not working. And I love to, yeah, oh yeah. And I love to, it's okay to fail. It's okay to fail. Hey, what's up, Gary?
What's up,
It's
Gary?
okay to fail with your content, but learn to reassess and learn to see what adjustments you can make. And that's something that I'm passionate about.
Yeah, we talk about it a lot. You know, just talking about being intentional. A lot of the
Yeah.
reasons, talking about the hours that we spend, that's not necessarily all hours up till 2 sitting in front of a camera, recording, filming, editing. A lot of that is just sitting, brainstorming and planning and thinking and writing things down and
Yeah.
just trying to figure things out. So I know you have several plans coming up. You've got this channel off to a great start.
Yeah.
You want to talk about some other plans you have with future content?
Yeah, no, I mean, those are the three channels that I will be dedicating my time with. I'll keep it at there. The weight loss channel, the English healthy bearded channel, and then Dímelo Barbudo, which is a Spanish speaking channel that focuses on beard care, but for that specific market. And um, and then the podcasting. I'm looking forward to that because I can do so much with that, and this equipment gives me the ability to do that. And there's a couple of even owners in the bearding community that I'm going to interview for my podcast, and I'm not talking about over like the internet. No. I'm going to travel there and get those interviews because I think those would be more authentic and it would allow me to have really good content. So I think that's something that I'm really looking forward to in the upcoming weeks, months, and so forth. So,
What's up, JPB?
what's up, John? Paul?
Yeah, podcasting is something that I'm excited for your podcast. Podcasting is a sore word to me, though, because that's the one thing
Why?
that we have done. Me and Mel were doing a podcast together. I've done some, just me, and the podcasting it just continues to be back burner. My podcast kind of has an identity crisis. I don't know exactly what I want to do with it. I need to get back to thinking about that, and a lot of it comes down to what Bruce City Bearded's saying. He's asking if you'll be stretching yourself too much. And there was a point when I wanted to do the podcast that I felt like I was, because there was no way that I was going to let the YouTube channel go on the back burner to do a podcast.
Of course. Yeah.
YouTube is always going to be my number one creation outlet, right? Everything that I do, and I know you're the same way, everything that you do is the roads for that lead back to your YouTube channel.
Yeah. Mm-hmm.
So Bruce City Beard is asking, will you be stretching yourself too much, too thin?
I could be, but that's why I'll be reassessing and seeing what works and what doesn't work. You know.
Yeah, and Corey's got a great point to it. Stretching yourself too much is what success looks like, for sure.
Yeah.
You can do too much. You just have to kind of recognize if it's knocking you off course, if it's affecting what you're putting out, and you just adjust from there.
No. But also, I mean, for me, when I talk about those three things, they won't co-mingle. Like, I'm not going to be on my weight loss journey talking about beard products. Like that's being intentional about brand and which one's which. I think that's
Right.
important with what I'm going to be doing moving forward.
And
Hey,
yeah,
okay,
we were talking about this the other day.
yeah.
Yep.
Yes, sir. Yes, sir. And look, like there's three brothers. It's two brothers, you and Dan, right? That we always are constantly talking, and we're always talking about, for the most part, always about strategy and content and how to go from there. So if there's two brothers that will help me stay accountable to that, it's Ken and Dan.
Yep. And likewise, I know Dan
Yeah.
and you will me also, and
Oh
all the
yeah.
way around. Speaking
Yeah.
of Dan, real quick. So Dan, I know tonight you have Beard Octane on Command's
Oh
Corner.
yeah.
Me and J Cruz were talking about this earlier. Anything you want to share, because there's something we both want from Beard Octane.
Oh no. Okay. So it's not from
You
what
don't.
anyway.
He's not gonna tell us.
I said, man, listen, is Nitro coming out in LCW? Because that's what I really care about right now. You know what I'm saying? Like, I want to know if that's coming out because I literally have that butter right here just to smell it.
Yeah, he's not gonna tell us. We just get the eyeballs.
No, we're all gonna show up over there at 9:00, so it's all good.
Yeah, John says you won't be comfortable all the time while growing and trying new things, and absolutely,
Yeah.
if you are too comfortable, you're never gonna move forward.
No.
Um,
And you
I'm
gotta be open to constructive criticism. The moment you start thinking your stuff don't stink is the moment you start being complacent. Like I tell my friends, like I show I show stuff to Dan, I show stuff to Ken, and I say, if it's trash, please let me know if it's trash, okay? Because if you don't do that to me, then you're not really helping me. You know what I'm saying? And understanding that like the people that are in your life that are meant for you, they're gonna push you to become better. Okay, you can't people please everyone. You have to be intentional about the people that are supporting you and they want to see you grow.
Yeah, one of the most valuable things, and I've realized this, one of the most valuable things you can have in content creation are people who will be straight up with you and not just be
Yeah.
yes men, yes women. Um, you have to have friends that will tell you the truth.
Yeah.
Yeah, that
Yeah.
thumbnail stinks, or no, that's a terrible idea.
Yeah. Yeah. Or that like I like when like one of my brothers sees something, they're like, be careful with that. Don't say it like that. This and then I'm like, oh, okay, yeah, you're right. That makes sense.
Yeah. So Dan did say, let me go back up here. All I can say is there is a new scent dropping in LCW tonight.
Jesus Christ.
You remember how you used to do it?
Is it Nitro though? Is it Nitro though? Oh yeah, I
Remember,
used to be like,
take my wallet.
yeah. I know listen, you don't understand. I am excited for the next chapter of my life. Like I just turned 32. You know what, like a week ago. And when I was in Louisiana, part of it was business, right? Working with Copper Johnson, doing their show there. But the other part was a lot, like I had an opportunity to reflect, right? I'm 32. Respectfully, I don't got a wifey right now and no kids. So what is it that I want to do? And I want to bet on myself and I just want to keep pushing forward. So I'm excited for the next chapter of my life. Best believe, we just getting started. Best believe that.
So let's talk about that New Orleans trip real quick, because one thing you did for that trip was you did what I haven't done yet. Dan may have, I'm not sure. Other people in the chat, but you basically took your show on the road.
Yes.
You took all your equipment with you.
Everything.
Yep.
Except
So
the
how
lights.
was
Except the lights. Shout out
right,
to
right.
Best Buy.
And the return the next day?
And the return the next day. No, how was that? Okay. Because it's like a passion of mine and I'm going to build this and I'm going to grow this and with the support of so many awesome people. At first, I was only going to take my laptop and a mic, like the one you have, that one, because it's
Right.
a USB mic.
Right.
And I was like, you know what? Nah. So somehow, and I don't have like professional like luggage carrying equipment. So I just put stuff in luggages and did all that. And we went out there and it was a whole issue because the place, first of all, they're never going to let me pick another Airbnb again. because I booked one in the hood, and they were a little concerned. I was like, we here. It is what it is. And Tyson kept saying hi to everyone. I'm like, dude, you don't do this in this neighborhood. All right, just chill out. And but long story short, we were able to put on the CMU live show from Louisiana. We actually had to book a conference room at the Marriott because they had awesome internet. And and yeah, man, everything. Roadcaster Pro, the two mic. I brought my mics, extra, I had to get extra XLR cables and light. We got the lighting out there, tripods, everything. It was amazing, and I couldn't have done it also without my brother, Gentleman Prime. He's another one too. That's a close brother of mine, and he's always someone that I go to and talk to him about content creation and get his feedback. And he's honest with me, man. He's honest with me. So best believe the CMU live show is going to be going next year on the road. Like there's going to be other states. Like Liz was talking about me going to Detroit and doing one for them. So we'll see. There's going to be, I'm looking forward to it, man. I'm excited for the next chapter. That's all I'm going to say.
Hey, as long as it happens in Kentucky sometimes from right here.
Oh no. Yeah. Listen, Lord willing, if I'm able to make out there, bro, we'll do a show together for real.
So I want to take this question real quick, and J Cruz, I want to kind of get your opinion on this also. So Vato says, any thoughts of ever fusing both channels of yours together? So in my specific case, and I'm going to give you just kind of my opinion on this idea. No, the short answer is no. I would never fuse the two channels together. The beard channel is now kind of my, I say my hobby channel. It's not really hobby channel. There's still some stuff I'm going to do on that, releases for companies I work with and stuff like that. But it's definitely not my primary channel. The content creation channel is my primary channel. This is where my focus and most of my work is going to go into. Now, to answer your question though about why, my opinion, and different creators kind of have different opinion on this, but my opinion is I think it's super important to niche down on one channel. Because otherwise, you confuse analytics. YouTube doesn't really know your identity if you have so many different forms. You know, if I was to do a channel that had beards and content creation, YouTube would have no idea who to push my videos out to. And so trying to build my channel to reach the right audience, that I would never fuse those together, no. I'm a big believer in niching down.
Yeah. And that's why even like with the weight loss journey, like, bro, I'm not going to be there talking about beard products. Like I'm not. Like what I'll do there is talk about like maybe that I love my beard and then I'll send people to that channel, but you got to be careful with that because it doesn't for me it's about ratios, right? If you have a certain amount of like let's say you have 1,000, right? 1,000 subscribers. If you're hitting that 20% market rate, like that 20% viewership, I think you're doing well, right? If you're doing at least 200 views a video at 1,000 subs. But if you have, let's say 7,000, right? And you're only getting like 200 views and because you're all scattered or your audience is not like your audience is going to your channel for a specific reason. So make sure you're providing that specific reason why they initially subscribe to your channel. So that's why the weight loss channel will not have like, hey, you know, try this from Detroit Grooming, you know, like, no, that's not going to do it. It's going to confuse the audience and you don't want to do that. It just doesn't make sense.
Yeah. For sure. And talking about the traveling shows, I will be doing this next spring break. We're going to be at St. Croix, Virgin Islands. Yeah. I'm starting to plan now to figure out how I'm going to do it because I'm not going to miss my stream. I'll be streaming from there. But I got to figure out how.
Yeah. Oh, you'll figure it out, bud. You'll figure it out.
Yep. So, I mean, I'm not going to do what you did. I'm not going to take my Roadcaster and, you know, Stream Deck and all that. I'll take my camera. I'll have my laptop. I don't know. We'll figure it out. Let's see. What's Dan saying? So, side note, percentage of views should be larger when you are new and smaller. As you grow, it's natural to have a lower percentage. Yeah. And yeah, I was watching a live stream last night with D Nimmin and that topic kind of came up. He talked for a good 20 minutes kind of on that with the channel he was looking at. So,
yeah. So I'm like, that's the thing, but I'm like going back to that. I'm excited because I'm excited for the next chapter and the people that I'll be the people I'll be interviewing, where I take the show, and also just trying new content styles, right? Like that's always fun.
So what kind of ideas do you have for content styles? Anything you want to talk about now?
Yeah, so I wanted to make a video about my top 5 date night beard oil scents, and just calling some of my lady friends to meet me somewhere, and I just pass it around and ask them what their thoughts are. That's something cool. Or for example, I didn't get to do this, and I told Dan about this idea. Was Aztec Beard Company. I wanted to take their scents to a part of my neighborhood where it's predominantly Hispanic, right? And ask them to smell these scents for me, like on the street, right? And ask them if it reminds them back of Mexico. If it reminds them of home, what that smells like. Da da da. So it's about. I love creating engaging content. I think that's one of my things that I like to do. So there's going to be new styles of content I'm going to be trying moving forward. You know what I mean?
Yeah. Andy says you need to go to that restaurant. He's probably talking about
Oh
taking the
yeah,
beard oil
Noches
there.
de Colombia. Yeah.
Man, that restaurant.
Yeah, I love Andy. Andy's a great dude, man.
Let's not talk about the restaurant because I miss that place, man.
Yeah, no, listen, when you guys come back out here, we gotta go there again, man.
So good. Let's see. I wanted to come back to this one. More niche, the better. Otherwise, you can end up with numbers that really hurt. Growing and inflated subs and less views. Yeah, and it just confuses the algorithm. YouTube doesn't know who to push your stuff out to because you're kind of all over the place. And really, YouTube's not the only platform like that. Instagram's the same way.
Yeah.
Instagram, for example, everything that you do has an impact on your Instagram reach.
Yeah.
So, yeah. Yeah. So, I was going back through the comments.
Yeah. No
So,
problem.
back to strategy.
Yeah.
All the talks that we have, and we talk about a lot of stuff.
We do.
If you could give me, and this is kind of advice for other creators that may be watching, if you could give me the top, I don't know, 2 or 3 best things that have helped your channel the most in the last, we'll say last year, but 10 months or whatever, what would those top 2 or 3 things be that you think have done the best for you, that have helped you the most on your channel?
Okay.
On the spot.
Create a plan. That's I'm not like, yeah, like I know people say just hit record. Respectfully, right? Like just hit record,
Yeah.
right? But also have a plan. Like know how you're moving forward. What is it that you want to do? Like make sure you're writing down your goals. Like for example, this month I want to do this with the channel. And it's not so much just about just subs, but more like, okay, what message do I want to convey to the audience this month? What is it? What's this going to look like 3 months from now? Right. So
Right.
number 1, plan. Number 2, invest. Like, yes, equipment is not the for all be all, right? Like it's not, but don't be afraid to invest in yourself and bet on yourself. Right. So that might be invest in time to look for a camera, like do your research, invest in time in looking into a streaming platform, do your research. So plan, invest. And then the other one would be take risk. Try it. Just see if it works. If it doesn't work, okay, that's fine. Adapt. Like one of the things I started doing on the show now is taking live call-ins. Remember that? Like remember that when I first started? You were my first one.
I was
You've
the
been
first
my first for
call-in,
a lot of stuff, bro. Yeah. So that was like, I'm gonna do that tomorrow on the show as well. So it's like, don't be afraid to take risks. So my 3 suggestions would be plan, invest, and take risks. Those 3 things combined would
Yep.
be beneficial. And don't overthink like me, because I overthink too much. And
Well,
you can't.
I think that's a content. I think content creators, if I don't know, let's take a poll in the chat. Content creators in the chat, if you think that you're an overthinker, just give me a yes or no. Either way.
Oh yeah, and look,
I
Dave
think-
just showed up here.
What's up, Dave? Be very strategic.
always
He
make
likes when
fun
you
of
say
me.
strategic.
He makes fun of me when I say the word strategic, because I say it a lot. I say strategically strategic.
Yeah, I think that it's common for content creators to have to overthink their content, right? And that's one thing that I mean, I'm guilty of it myself, but that's part of my message with my channel also is don't overthink it. Don't
Yeah.
become paralyzed by planning and by worrying about what people are going to think about your content. Obviously, you want to make your
Yeah.
content good because you want people to watch it. But you can overthink to the point that you paralyze yourself and you don't put out content or you're
Yep.
not consistent with it, right?
Yeah.
So let's see. John says no, and I believe that. What I know of John so far, I believe he doesn't overthink.
Man, he's been around. Has he been in he's been in the bearded community too, right? John from Tech, Coffee and Tech.
Yeah, he's around. He hangs out in dance streams and stuff like that.
Okay. We gotta see you at the CMU, homie.
Yep. RH Mill WCO. I think this is Bruce City's wife, I believe. She says nah.
Becky.
Yeah. Bruce City says yes. Yep. Gary says he's the king of overthinking.
Yeah.
And 100% on this one.
Yeah.
I love you, but yeah. If you, we joke about this. If you right now, J Cruz, if you were to tell me that, I don't know, if you were to tell me that your car ran out of gas on the highway and somebody had to help, tow you home or whatever.
Yeah.
I'd go upstairs and tell her that, and she'd be like, "Oh man, who towed him? Was he okay? How far do you have to go? What happened?" I'm like, "I don't know."
Wow. Okay. Okay. All right.
We always give each other grief over that. Andy says yes, he's an overthinker.
Yeah.
Don't tell me what to do, Kenbot.
Don't tell-
All right.
Yeah. But it's only like I usually it's either you or Dan. I'll be like, yo, what y'all think? Yo, you think I'm over? Oh, and Walt. Those are three people that I'm always like reaching out to. Like, yo, you think I'm overthinking? I'm overthinking, right? Am I?
Yeah, and so it's something that I've learned over time. I've gotten better with it. I can be an overthinker. But one thing that I've learned in doing content creation is that exactly what I said a second ago. If you overthink too much, you paralyze yourself.
Yeah.
And then you're not consistent, or you don't put content out, or you put out content that's just not as good as it could be because you overthink it to the point of, it can hurt your content if you do overthink in a way.
Yeah.
I do see many people on YouTube that overthink, but also lose creative juices fast too. Yeah, yeah. And Nicholas Z said he overthought this comment. There you go. Yep. So overthinking. I guess I'm going to ask you the question you asked me earlier.
Ooh, that's a good question.
What do you think is your strongest? How'd you word it? What's your strongest part of being a content creator about you?
I think how do you say this humbly? You know what I'm saying? I think it's my personality, man. I don't know. I think part of my upbringing, man, I've been that guy that's cool with everyone. That like when I'm there, I want to talk to you. I want to get to know you. I want to learn from you. I want to just like, hey, how you doing, man? Like, one of my clients that I work with, they said something to me this week. They said, like basically they're like, you're a real leader because you make us feel good, And I was like, dang, really? Like when you hear people say that, it's like, oh wow, like somehow, some way, like that's how I am. I think that's
And I don't
that's
think that's a non-humble thing to say, if that's the right way to say it. I agree. I think your charisma, your personality is probably your strongest suit, your strongest part of who you are as a content creator. For me, I'll tell you, like I told you earlier, for me, it's just work ethic. And I mean, we've already talked about it. We'll be up for hours, just working, creating, thinking, whatever. So, Mel's definitely a planner, and she does keep me in check. If it wasn't for her calendar that has ink all over it, I'd be lost. Hey, what's going on, Alan? Good to see you, man.
What's up, bud?
All right. So on the flip side of that,
Yeah.
what do you believe is the weakest part of you as a content creator?
Oh, okay. Um, oof. Honestly, I think even though I'm one of those guys that can be up till 4 in the morning, and I've done it multiple times, like be up till 3, 4 in the morning working content. Sometimes I'm not the best with time management. Sometimes I like, and I think part of what that was as well too was my job, because it takes so much time out of me. I'm on call most, like, so that time management was definitely something that I wasn't the best at. You know what I mean? So yeah,
Yeah, and I'll make it fair. I'll answer too. Um,
thank you.
yeah, for me, and this is something that I've always known about myself. For me, it's fear of I don't know if rejection is the right word, but fear
Yeah.
that this specific video that I put out or this specific piece of content is not going to be well received or not going to be liked. Right.
Oh,
Um, I mean, every time that I
I've
put a
been
video
there.
out, I go back and watch it 3 or 4 times myself.
Yeah,
When we're done with this live stream, I'll go back and watch this live stream just to see how it was because I think that everything that I put out is not as good as it could be.
but that's the thing that makes us who we are as content creators, to become better.
Right.
Bro, I watch my live streams. I watch it like film, like Nick Saban does his Alabama games. Like I will watch a CMU show and I will go through it. I will look at the comments. Did I engage enough? What points were dead points? Was there dead air? Like what? Like that's how I am. So I don't think that's such a bad thing in a way. You know what I mean? If it makes you better, is what I'm saying. You know?
Right. As long as you don't do too much of that so that you're not working on your next project or it's taking time away
Yeah.
from, something else. And that's where it can go wrong for me. Um, but that's also something I've gotten better at also.
Yeah.
Um, one thing that I've learned is that the content that you put out, if your audience doesn't like it, you'll know by analytics, you'll
Yeah.
know by the views, you'll know by how well the video does. But typically, you don't have people coming back and saying, "Oh, that video stunk. I hate it." You know, they just don't watch it. So you see by the analytics, and then you just shift from there and
Yeah.
either try to make that better or do something else.
For sure.
Yeah, absolutely, John, and that's part of the reason why I do it. Learn by watching yourself like an athlete watches. Yeah, I call it game tape.
Yep.
Yeah.
Yep.
All right. So from that point, if you could give your biggest piece of advice you could give to a new content creator, what would that advice be?
Oh, I would say, I don't know if this is the best piece of advice, but I would say find a way to stand out. Find a way to be unique. That's what I would say.
Absolutely.
Because, right? I mean, let's be real. How many people are doing beard content? How many people are doing grooming content? It's all out there, right? But how do you stand out? And again, it goes back to goals, though. You and I talk about that, right? Some people are doing this more for hobbies, which is fine. So it really goes back to your goals. But that would be my piece of advice. I had someone reach out at one point. They're like, "Hey, I want to get into this. What do you think?" I told them, I said, find a way to set. I can't solve that for you, but you have to find a way to be different from what's already out there. But that's
Yeah. Yeah, that is absolutely great advice. That's probably
yo, screenshot that for me right there.
screen. Oh, I'm gonna go back and screenshot that. Yeah. I mean, that's probably one of the best pieces of advice because at this point, right? People always ask, "Is YouTube saturated? Is it too late to start a YouTube channel?" And my answer to that is always going to be no, absolutely not. Start your channel. It's not too late. There's room for everybody. You've got a story. You've got a reason to create content. So just create content. But you do have to be unique because you're
Yeah.
going to be hard pressed to find that you're the first in any niche that you choose, right?
Yeah.
If you can think of, if there's something you love that you want to create content about, odds are it already exists. That niche is already there.
Yeah.
So you do have to be unique and stand out in some way. So
Yeah.
that's great advice.
Yep.
Yeah, I'm definitely gonna go back and screenshot that. I made sure to leave that up long enough.
Yeah,
Thanks, Gary.
please. Hold on, Gary. I'm gonna screenshot that and post that on my wall.
John says making a popular video or a good video are two different things.
True.
Yep. Be consistent and have a schedule.
Yep.
That would be
Sounds
mine
like
for sure.
Dan would say that. Dan would say something like that too.
So Diablo has a question. At this point, also, guys in the chat, if you guys have any questions about content creation at all, anything to do with anything, if you want to throw it out here, go ahead and throw the question out for either of us, both of us, whatever you want. So Diablo says, what is the best advice for overcoming trolls and negativity?
Ooh. Man, I learned that in the beginning. I don't know if I can say who, but one of the best piece of advice that I ever got while doing this content creation game was never respond to negativity or trolls or drama publicly, ever. And when I heard that piece of advice, it was like, okay, it's cool, whatever. But it wasn't until I had an owner reach out to me and direct message me and say, hey, I just want to let you know that it's like good for me to, it's like I'm happy that you haven't got involved in the drama, you haven't, like, you know what I'm saying, that your content doesn't involve drama. And ever since I heard an owner tell me that, it's like, oof, I'm happy I got that piece of advice, because a couple of things, right? People online are people online. They're not a real threat. No one's a real threat unless, like, I don't want to talk like this, but in my neighborhood, unless you pulling up in a car, ain't no threat, right? So, right. That's what I kind of just like, bro. It's not serious. Like, these people don't know you from a can of paint. If they're watching you, if you're winning, listen, this is how it goes. People are watching either way. Those who support you and those who hate you. So either way, you got an audience, homie. So just rock with the people that support you and just leave it like that, because it is what it is, man. You're not everyone's cup of tea. Some people like coffee, some people like tea. It is what it is, you know?
Yeah, and I would
respond to it.
Yeah, I would definitely second that same advice. And I have in the past. In the past, I have responded to things publicly. Very little, but I have. And it's really pointless. You know, the truth of the matter is, if you're going to do this YouTube thing, if you're going to find any bit of success, you're going to have trolls and haters. It's just the nature of people on the other side of the screen sometimes. 99% of the people that are watching your videos are great people. Your audience is awesome. Yeah. But you're going to have people that come along and just, you know, they have nothing better to do. And that's cool. That's cool. That's not me saying anything bad about them. That's just kind of how it is. You have to ignore it. You have to expect it. And you have to know that it's going to happen. The only other option is that you let it stop you, and that is definitely not an option.
Yeah, and haters are low-key fans, man. But that piece of advice, I'm so happy a good friend of mine gave me that piece of advice, man, and I've stuck with it, you know.
Yeah, when you're talking about that, you know, affiliates, if you're working with companies, you know, if there's companies you're associated with, and people know that you're associated with those companies, right? Those company owners don't necessarily want to see you get involved in that, because then it reflects on them. It just does. Yeah. So that's
hold on. Look what the coffee tech guy said. Hold on now. Is he from Jersey?
He's from Jersey. Hold on, I'm going down through the comments. Yeah, Corey can talk about this. Corey can talk about this. Facebook ads. Oh, hello. Yeah. Facebook ads will find the trolls, man. Some of the comments the guys leave on Facebook ads are just hilarious.
Yeah.
What do you say? When Ken comes back to New Jersey, can we take him to a Portuguese restaurant in Newark?
Hey, listen, I'm down with it. We're just not going at night. You know what I mean when I say that, right, guy? It's Newark. You know what I mean.
Where was it that we were driving through? So, I mean, we drove through Newark when you took me to the airport. Yeah. Where was it we were driving through that one night? I think it was the same night we went to the Italian restaurant we were driving back through. It was right next to Rutgers, right? Somewhere?
Yeah, it was downtown New Brunswick. Yeah. So, I mean, I'll tell the story. So, this is what happened. Ken came out here. We were driving. I took him to certain parts of my neighborhood, and we ended up downtown New Brunswick. And Ken was in the car, and all of a sudden you hear someone go, and Ken's like, "What is that?" And I'm like,
somebody
Go
was
ahead.
in pain.
"Yeah." And I was like, "Brother, listen, we just keep it moving. Don't worry about it. Just keep driving. We good." Oh, there you go.
Yeah,
You have a safe park. All right, we'll meet at the parking lot then.
there you go. I don't know. Hey, John,
Yeah.
have you ever been to, what was the name of that restaurant again?
Noches de Colombia in Elizabeth, New Jersey.
Some of the best
They're
food I ever
franchise,
had.
but the best one is and Gary's supposed to be coming. If the Gary, because I owe Gary that too. He had to leave the day before, but we'll all go there again to Noches or the Newark one, the Portuguese place. That's really good too.
Man, that Colombian food was some of the best food I ever had.
Yeah,
My goodness.
yeah. Oh,
Oh, he
he
said he
has.
has. He
Oh,
has
he
been there.
has. There you go. Yeah, I took all of them. We ordered. I ordered for the table a big platter of appetizers with like different like cuts of meats, even blood sausage. I don't know if you guys like blood sausage, but it was just awesome. Like fit, it was so good. Andy had some too. Andy was there too,
I liked
and all
everything
that.
on that platter.
Yeah, he did. He did. He did.
I ate
Now,
so
when I
much
go to
that
the farm,
weekend.
when I go to Kentucky and visit the farm, I don't know about
Oh,
what you're gonna serve me.
we're gonna go get like deep fried pickles and hot browns, hot browns, um, bourbon. Yeah,
Burp.
yeah, man.
Yeah,
So, um, people have no idea what it's like in New Jersey with great food.
yeah, yeah, for sure.
It was good. So, if nobody has any questions, we will start to wrap it up here.
That was a good question, David. That was a good question. That's Diablo.
Yeah. Yeah, I mean, if you're going to get into content creation, you just have to expect it. I mean, really, not even just content creation. If you're going to do anything on the internet,
Yeah,
it's going to happen.
yeah.
Yeah,
And I think
Corey,
like
go ahead, man.
no, like you said that before, right? Like companies don't want to be involved in that. You know what I'm saying? In a way, when you become an affiliate or anything like that, you represent the company in a way as well, right? So you want to make sure that you're not actively involved in that type of nonsense because it doesn't help anyone. So learn to just separate yourself from that and don't give it any mind.
Yeah, yeah. Yeah, Corey had bourbon ice cream when he was out here. So Corey's been to my hometown a couple times. We met
Yeah.
up.
Yeah.
He liked that bourbon ice cream.
There you go.
All right, J Cruz. So we talked about your channels. I can't say your Spanish channel name. I know what it looks like on
Dímelo
IG.
barbudo. Yeah.
Dimelo Barbudo.
Yeah, that's like slang talk for like, tell me what it is, bearded dude, like that. It doesn't sound cool in English, but it's
So we talked about those channels.
yeah.
So future plans, man. Anything you want to talk about in the next 3 months, 6 months, whatever. Um, obviously whatever you want to talk about.
Yeah. Cause like, do you want to say that? I'm like, no, I don't want to say that. No, I mean, I just know that the next up couple months for me are gonna be very interesting because it's gonna give me a lot more time to take risk and just really be invested in what I'm trying to do and create with these brands and I'm excited, man. I'm excited. You don't have no like I feel empowered in a way, and I'm thankful to have friends like you. Thankful to have friends like Dan, Walt, some of the owners too. That Gary, Tyson, Jesus, like a lot of people that really believe in what I'm doing and that are just supporting me. Like I'm real big on support, even like with words, right? Like, hey, man, I believe. Like that means a lot to me. Like so many great people out there. Like Mel and you have always been supportive, man. From day one, you and Mel have been very supportive. Just so many great people out there, Diablo, Joe from Beard Octane, Holly, just so many people like get it done, J Cruz, lose this weight and get shit, you know what I mean? And create something for yourself. And I respect it, man. I respect it and I love it.
I
And
knew
Dan,
I knew from the first time we talked when I saw you, doing your lives on IG when you started putting yourself out there. I knew that you were going to kill it with content creation if that's what you wanted to do. And that's why my first question to you was, why are you not on YouTube yet?
Yeah.
I knew you were going to kill it, and you're going to keep killing it, man. You're going to be I'm excited for what the future holds for you, man.
Yeah. Respect.
Bruce City says, as long as you stay away from the moose.
Hey, man, listen, we already asked that guy Fowler, and he's the expert, and he said I don't have a chance. But a mountain lion, maybe. What are they called? Mountain lions?
Mountain lions, bobcats, yeah.
I'm not even going to go on there.
We have those in Kentucky, man.
Hey, listen, maybe I'll get sponsored to be on Discovery Channel one day and go explore and check a moose out, and then be like stand right next to a moose. Like, it's funny, but I don't bring it up anymore. Ever since that guy said that, he laughed at me when I told him that, the expert guy, Zachary Fowler, I don't touch the moose topic anymore.
Yeah. Maybe when you come out here to Kentucky sometime, we'll go out and we'll just live stream out looking for mountain lions.
Bro, let's set that up for next year, because we'll talk. But yeah, that should happen. A live stream show, because I don't know what it is, Ken, but people love seeing you and I on screen together. It's entertainment.
It's always fun, man. Dave, I got something for you.
Go, Pack, go!
Anytime I see Dave say the Vikings, I'm going to play that.
Oh my god.
Bruce City, do you really? Is that true?
Really?
Mountain lions, I mean, I've been through there. Where are they at?
Yeah.
Interesting.
But no, man, just anyone that's watching that wants to do content creation, go first of all, have fun with it. Have fun with it. Make sure you're having fun, because once it becomes a job, like, yes, it does become a job, but the primary thing, it has to be fun for you, right? Like, I know Ken, his milestones, he hit 200 tonight, like over 200. He's happy. Like, that's something that inspires him to keep going and keep going. Like, I talked to Dan. Dan is always challenging himself. Like, he has that Mamba mentality. Like, he's going to keep going. Like, there's brothers, like, I get excited. Like, I'm about to come up on 1 year on YouTube, and that's December 7th. Like, so stuff like that, and be connected with those people, bro. Like, I encourage anyone that's doing content creation, be around the right people that help inspire you and challenge you to do better. Respectfully, that's a must if you want to keep going in this thing we called content creation. You know what I mean?
And I love it, because my 1K and my 1 year stream was the same stream.
Yeah.
For you, it's going to be two different. For you, it's going to be two different streams. I love it.
Oh, yeah.
Because you've already done the 1K thing.
Yeah, I'm at 1098. I'm 2 away from 110. But by the end of the year, we'll see where we're at. But I got to keep putting in work. That's one thing. I've always told you that. No one owes me a single thing. I got to put in that work to earn that.
So he's 2 away. If there's anybody in the chat that has not subscribed to J Cruz, Healthy Bearded, make sure that you check out his channel. He's got more than just beard stuff on his channel. He does some. He's done some motivational stuff. I'm assuming maybe he'll do some more of that. Vlogging he likes to do.
The vlogging is fun. Oh, the vlogging is fun. It's just the editing is annoying.
Well, yeah, the last vlog you did was, what, an hour?
You know what, though? You know why, though, it's annoying? I've been editing on my phone this whole time on YouTube, since the beginning on my phone. But I'm saving up my affiliate, my YouTube stuff to get that Mac Mini so I can start doing Final Cut Pro, because that's what I need. You know what I mean?
Final Cut Pro. For me, that's where it's at, man. Final Cut Pro.
Yeah, for sure.
So let us know. I don't have everything here, but J Cruz, let everybody know where they can find you at.
You can find me on Mi Gente, Univision, Telemundo, Healthy Bearded, YouTube, Healthy Bearded, and Instagram, Healthy Bearded. Check me out there, respectfully. Hey, listen, we have a show every Tuesday night, 8 p.m. Eastern Standard Time, called the CMU, the Community Meetup. It is lit. 70 to 80 people, sometimes close to 90 people on a weekly basis coming to hang out. We build community. We have a great time. We talk beards, life, and we troll this one guy named Bearded Vato. It's amazing. I
don't know if Vato's in here anymore. I haven't seen him in a little while.
I don't think he did. But thank you. Hey, Ken, thanks for having me on, man.
Absolutely, man. You know we'll do this again.
Oh, yeah, for sure.
For sure. And for me, you guys know where to find me. You've already on my YouTube channel. Facebook, just hit record. TikTok, Twitter, Instagram, Twitch, all that good stuff. Just hit record. Website, kenthecontentcoach.com, and then email there. If I can do anything for you at all for content creation or anything else, reach out to me there or through Instagram, and I will answer you. I'll help you in any way that I can. So always feel free to reach out. J Cruz, thanks again, man. It's been great. And obviously we'll be talking again.
Yes, sir.
Everybody in the chat, thank you guys for being here. Thanks for hanging out. Make sure you guys check out Dan C at 9 because I'll be there. I want to see what's coming out.
Is that Nitro coming out? Talk to us nice, Dan. Stop playing with the people.
We'll find out. And Mel says,
We'll
need an
find
encore. Need an encore. Oh, it'll definitely happen again.
Well, hey Mel, if we do it in the studio over there, all I ask, I want some cookies, no sugar, just like Splenda or stevia. But we'll talk about it.
Oh, Nick Z says, when are we going to see some of your oil collection on stream?
Come to the CMU tomorrow. We're doing call-ins too, so it should be fun.
There we go. CMU tomorrow night, 8 p.m. Eastern time on the Healthy Bearded YouTube channel.
Yep.
All right, everybody. Thank you guys so much for being here. We will see you next week. Next week we have Dole Whip Dad, a huge Disney fan, content creator. Cool guy to talk to. He does some streams, some cool stuff too. We're going to talk about kind of his niche and how just creating your passion, how well that works out. So hope you guys can make it back for that. Looking forward to it. Until then, have a great night, everybody. And we'll see you next time.
See ya.